So this is a video to explain how the solar thermal car is going to work. And this is just a rough design, but these are most of the major things that we're going to need to get this car to work. So first of all, if you look at this slide here, you have this the tube here that receives all the sunlight from the mirror. And all I'm going to model now is this tube and all the other things it takes to power the car. So in this slide, I've removed the large mirror, and that's going to focus all the sun energy into this pipe. Now this is here a section in the pipe. It's going to have hot oil going through the center, which is going to be in a metal pipe. And then on the outside, we have a high heat glass pipe. Between the two, there's a vacuum, and this prevents the high heat from the oil escaping. So if this didn't have a vacuum, you would lose maybe 70% of your energy just to heat dissipation. So there's a pump here that pumps cold oil through this loop here, and it comes up, and it starts off maybe at 30 degrees Celsius, and as it goes for 24 feet, all the sun energy goes into it. At the end here, it's at 300 degrees Celsius, and it goes in here into our thermal storage unit. Now, this is a section here with all the major parts. The hot oil from the sun comes in here, and the heat in here is transferred into the steam. The steam goes into this turbine. I'm going to probably use a Tesla turbine, a steam turbine. Then there's a drive chain that drives the transmission, and that will drive the wheels of the solar thermal car. Now, the steam is produced by this water here in the water tank. This will be a closed system, so there's going to be a radiator feeding the steam back that comes out of the steam turbine, go into the water tank. The water in the water tank is pumped in here, and that's where the heat is transferred into it, and it turns into steam. Now we're going to take a cross section of this thermal tank. That's what you see here, and this is just a reference. This is a person that's about 5.5 feet. So I have a large amount of insulation. It's about 1 foot of fiberglass insulation around this thermal storage tank. It has 100 kilograms of salt in it, 220 pounds of salt. This is special thermal salt that melts around 230 degrees Celsius. And then this is all in a metal tank. And this is a copper coil. There's 2 different coils, one for the hot oil from the sun and one from the water that becomes steam. And this is just a picture of a smaller copper coil. Now if we take a close-up of the tank, this is all the salt, and it'll probably be around 250 degrees Celsius or more, so it should be liquid in the initial state when you're storing all the energy. So the hot oil from the sun goes here into the blue coil, and it coils all the way down and then goes out. And the black coil here, this is the water. The water comes from the bottom and it loops and goes out. And this is so all the heat can be transferred from the sun, and now it's in the oil, into the water, which creates steam and goes to the turbine to propel the car. Now, when I'm just storing heat and the car is not moving, I won't be running the turbine, so all I'm doing is pumping hot oil through this coil to liquefy the salt and store the energy and heat in the salt. Then when I want to drive, all I have to do is pass water through it to recover all that heat energy back. And that's how it works. That's how I want to build a solar thermal car to travel around the world and try and help people.